A particular cohort sat a professional accountancy exam and the mean mark was 62%, with a standard deviation of 8%. There were 4,500 students in the cohort. It is customary to fail 35% of the cohort. What was the pass mark for this cohort? So if we look at this normal distribution, we know that the mean is 62% and the standard deviation is 8%. And we want to fail 35% of them. So in other words, we want to find the mark here so that this area is 0.35. And we can find that using the calculator. Now we know the percentage, or we know the probability, and we want to find a value here. And to do that we use something called InvNorm. So we go to continuous, actually we go to inverse, because it's an inverse, InvNorm CDF. Now, tail settings can be left, center or right. Our tail is on the left, so leave it where it is. 0.35 is the probability we're after. Our sigma is 8 and our mu is 62. So 58.92. So pass mark is approximately 59%. How many students achieved a pass mark of 70% or greater? This should be achieved, not achieves. I've changed that in the notes. So, what we're now after, so we know this is 62% and 70% is here. So at least initially here we want the probability down here. So this isn't an InvNorm because we are actually trying to find a probability and we know the value on the axis. So in this case, this is the one where we go to continuous normal CDF. So the lower is 70 and the distribution effectively goes off to infinity. Obviously you can't get more than 100%, but that's not what we're using a normal curve. So what we really want to do is put infinity there. The sigma we know is 8 and the mu is 62 and that's 0.1587. I'm going to do that because I'm going to use the whole figure, and then we just multiply the probability by the number of people who sat the test. So just multiply that last answer by 4,500, 713.9, so approximately 714. Okay, so the top 15% of students are always given a distinction. What was the minimum mark for a distinction? So we need this area down here to be 15%, 0.15. And we want this, so once again this is an InvNorm. Notice the tail this time is to the right. So we go for inverse inv-norm. Set the tail to the right. And we want 0.15, with sigma being 8 and mu was 62. And that gives us 70.29. So approximately 70%.